Is it right to hold hostages as a bargaining chip? Recently, New South Wales prison guards went on strike, putting prisons into lockdown, confining people to their cells. The strike was called by the PSA, the Public Service Association, in response to the government's plans to shut down two maximum security wings of Goulburn Correctional Centre. A prison lockdown is essentially mass solitary confinement. It's a form of torture. It delays court proceedings, it cuts prisoners off from outside visitors like their families, it means they may not be able to have communal meals or go out to exercise. Prolonged solitary confinement has devastating psychological effects. Strikes leading to lockdowns are quite common in Australia. So, for example, in 2019, a New South Wales prison officer shot Wiradjuri man Dwayne Johnston in the back as he was trying to escape from Lismore Base Hospital. Johnston was unarmed. He had his hands and ankles in cuffs when he was shot in the back. Now, when the officer was charged with murder, the PSA provided his legal defence and went on strike, putting prisons into lockdown. Now, I'm a unionist, and I generally support militant collective action. Sometimes that does inconvenience other workers, like if baristas go on strike, it might mean some workers don't get their coffee. But it's for the greater good. This action in prisons is on a whole other level. It's putting very vulnerable people into a hostage situation, and it is not with the goal of helping the working class, quite the opposite. Police and guards are workers in the sense that they earn a wage from their labour, as opposed to capitalists who own land or companies and derive their income from the labour of others. But cops and screws, they align with the capitalist state. They attack other workers and enforce the class system. A helpful way to understand this is the concept of a violence worker outlined by Nicole Siegel, who says, "Violence is fundamental to police because it also lies at the heart of the state. Police realise, they make real, the core of the power of the state. That is what calling police violence workers can convey. It doesn't mean the work is always violent. It is not intended to indict the people who are police officers as bad people, vicious in personality or in their daily routines. It is about what their labour rests upon and therefore conveys into the material world." I'd like to build on Siegel's concept by calling unions of these workers violence unions. So when unionised workers take industrial action, the idea is to directly show the value of their labour. If you don't want to pay your factory workers enough, then let's see the boss try and build a car on their own. Well, the labour of cops and prison guards is violence, so when they take industrial action, it can involve using that violence for their own ends. But if normal workers try to use violence, the cops will kill them. Violence unions do push some traditional union issues like pay and safety, but not for their victims. The distinguishing feature of violence unions is that they advocate for greater state violence, more weapons, more cops, more prisons, and immunity from legal consequences. Their interests are counterposed to other unions and the broader working class. Read more in the article on police and unions at the link in our bio.